Hey guys, it's me, Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds. I'm back, and I've got two things to tell you about real quick. One of them is, if you really enjoy our content, head over to patreon.com/the Cyber Nerds and sign up for one of our tiers. You can win loads of rewards, and it really helps support the team. And the second thing is, enjoy this video.
We are live.
Raven, the GS, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
Sam, the legend behind the techie. We are live, guys. I'm Sam, Mr. Bliss Tech.
And I'm Raven, the GS.
I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And today we've got another mailbag episode for y'all. We've got some questions. We're going to answer them. How's everyone doing today?
It's hot, fun.
It's mad hard, but I just want to understand, what was that for y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all. What's that?
We've seen that a lot lately with all the Twitter stuff.
What Twitter stuff?
I don't know.
So, on Twitter, you read y'all.
Y'all. They just came out.
How do you read y'all on Twitter? Like,
Y''ALL. Anyway, guys.
yeah.
Thanks for sending in the questions. Raven, take it away. Why are you talking about one word? I don't get it. You're right.
Bro, because that's not usual Sam word.
Isn't it? So
Sam
you know my whole
usually
podcast.
says,
You know my whole podcast.
yeah, pa, and all sorts of, Nigerian, how would you say? Expressions,
So-
ad-libs, that's it. Nigerian ad-libs. I'm not involved in it, I'm just trying to understand in it, I'm not involved. Alright, cool. So this week we're starting off with a Patreon question. And this one, straight out of the bag. Do you prefer print or digital for comics and why? Choose wisely, fam. I'm looking at you, GS. Ha ha ha. So, I guess someone's gonna take it.
Firstly, what's mad is, hey guys, what's mad to me is, apparently, I've been awake, fam. Stay woke, hashtag stay woke, shout out to you, man. Apparently, people on our YouTube channel tell us regularly that we don't know anything about reading comics and we don't read comics, innit? But I appreciate our Patreons who know the truth, innit? You're the real MVPs. So, let me get started.
Wait, let me just jump on that.
Dive on.
And just give a little shout out to the ones who come to our rescue, innit? To defend us, innit? Like, obviously, guys, we understand if you're new to the channel, obviously you might have just seen a crazy trailer reaction, Joe just losing his mind. I understand that you're new, but then again, I appreciate the guys that's been here since day dot, who know Wagwan for everything that we do, and just be like, no, wrong. These man actually stay doing this thing. They called the Cyber Nerds for a reason. So shout out to you. We appreciate it.
So basically, when it comes to comics, now, what I like to do is, I like to read comics digitally, Like, the thing about having digital comics for me that I think is really important is just, like, you got to appreciate the art. Like, you can go through it, like, not you can go through it slower, but, like, you can zoom in to stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you'll have, like, I love reading Batman, where something happens, and I'm like, how did that happen? Then you go back and, like, you can zoom into, Batman dropped something earlier, and I might have looked at it in a panel, but, like, I like I've not paid attention in it, so I like the option to go back, zoom into it. I'm not really into the digital comics that play themselves. I don't like those ones. I know, you see, look, he's not even up. I don't like the ones that play themselves, but I just like having the print on the iPad so I can swipe. But
wait, before you jump on your bike, how does that work then?
What?
Like, it just plays itself.
Like, you tap it and it goes panel to panel, like, slowly. Do you know what I'm saying? It, like, so what, there's transitions and stuff like that.
Do you set a timer for that, or you just
it doesn't automatically. I think it knows how long a paragraph would be and how the average person would read it.
See, but what if you're not the average person? See, I'm a very slow reader. Like, I like to take my time. But what is, what I'm saying? Now I have to, every now and again, I have to go back. Like,
I'm pretty sure you can tap it anyway. I'm pretty sure it must be autoplay or tap to next panel.
I think there's autoplay and there's tap to next panel.
See, the tap on, that's cool. But then the auto wave is just for the general, but not everyone's general, innit? Like, people have different, take information differently.
That's why there's multiple ways of ingesting comic books, innit? But like I was going to say, so what I would do, let's say I really like a good run of a comic, like, let's say, the New 52 Aquaman that apparently I haven't read. Apparently I haven't read that. But yeah, so there's that. So once I've read that digitally, I will go and buy the hardcover, innit? Like, so I'll get either that 6-issue run, depending on how long or good the run is. Like, usually the omnibuses, like, either never come out or take like 3 years to come out. So I've just given up them, but I'll get the volume in it. So like for the Jeff Johns runs of New 52 Aquaman, I've got all, I think it's 6 volumes of that. I've got all the volumes of Nightwing, do you know what I'm saying, in print, because I like to have them like in the bookshelf to go to whenever. But like, if I'm just reading bare comics, digital.
It's funny you just mentioned the Aquaman volume that you have, because man was waiting for it for so long.
Bandwagon.
That yeah, I hope you choke on that. That just like yesterday, I ordered my first volume of Aquaman. Yeah, you keep choking.
What is that?
Yeah.
It's mad.
But yeah, cool.
What about you, man?
No, let Sam go.
Yeah, I'm not a bit of both as well, because I do like the print, and I do like to get certain books here and there, especially like there's a special event or there's number one or so on and so forth. But I do like to go through books digitally first to see if they're worth buying. It's almost like movies nowadays. Like I like to go to the cinema, what's in there first, and if it's worth buying, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll pick up on Blu-ray kind of thing. Same thing if I watch it on TV or Netflix or something. If it's worth seeing it digitally first, then I'll be like, that's worth getting again, where I can read it over and over. Where digital, like, imagine you pick up a book, like, physically, and it's actually trash.
Yeah, you've just got that book forever.
That's it. You're stuck with it. Where digitally, I'm like, oh, I'll pick it up, I'll read that. Read it, rubbish, next. Do that again. Oh, this is nice. Next book, and next. You gotta buy the full volume, buy the number one, buy the episode you like the most, and yeah, it's like pick and select.
See, I have the hack for that.
Ooh.
For you, what you just said about if you pick up a book, if you just buy a book, and you know if you don't like it, you can't. But I think I started this when I was really young, right? Because just going to the shop, sit down, open a book, and obviously you just flick through it. If it's just banging, then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna take this. Not just. But I guess what you're talking about, just go online and buy it online. Is that what you're talking about? Like, no, the physical book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think you'd be shooting yourself in the foot if you're just gonna buy off the internet.
What comic book store is letting you come in and read the first 6 issues, fam, and then letting you just
not the first 6 issues, like just the first, like, okay, like from the beginning.
Like, usually them are good. Usually the first one is to get you sucked into a chapter.
Well,
then number 2 might be dead. Then you got to number 3, and you're like, so I even buy number 4 anymore. So you got 1, 2, and 3 sent at your house, and you're thinking 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I don't know anymore. You're not going to buy it, so you're stuck with 1, 2, and 3. You don't know what to do anymore.
I hear that, but in my experience, I have never picked up a bad volume.
Never.
Never. Every time I've gone to a bookstore and I just opened, like, okay, like, I guess I've got my own way of just going through quickly without actually sitting down and reading the whole story, and just be like, all right, cool, boom. And this was just off rip, like, as a kid, innit? But today, like, I feel that I'd rather get the book. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a book person, like, physical, innit? But due to the time, and obviously, you know, you guys that follow me on Snapchat and all of that know that majority of times, obviously, I got my book open, like, especially the novels and stuff like that. But due to the fact that, like, I'm reading some, like, 4 or 5, including Star Wars and anything else on the side, and some of these books are ridiculous big, so I can't carry books with me, so I have to go digital, and I think that's just a sensible way to go on about traveling without having to carry 5, 6 books in it. But if I had the option to just take these with me everywhere, that's what I would do. Like, I still carry my books everywhere I go. Obviously, if I'm just jumping on the train from east to north, I'm just taking one book in it because that's what I'm reading time. But if I'm going for a weekend, then the digital iPad is a must, innit? Like, it just saves me the whole.
See, I think that's one of the things that gets me as well. Like, when I get a volume, I want it to stay pristine, innit? Like, I hate, like, you know that first time you open a book and you just do that first crease, that that hurts my soul every time. Fam, like I'd rather just have it be there and I'll read it. And I don't buy like average books and like if I think a story is just good, I won't get it, fam. See, I only buy stories that I'm like, this is just the latest thing.
See, I'm a firm believer that your books are not bought to be kept crisp. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it just feels so weird to me. Like, I have a book.
Man's living in the future, fam.
Why is it all neat and stuff like? Yo, like, I'm not saying your book needs to be, you know, bagged up and, you know, with ripped up pages and stuff like. I'm not saying that, but that just the way it looks. Like, it's got, you know, it's got that, you know, the edges. Got to be a little, you know what I'm saying?
Stress.
Bro, that's just me. I'm a firm believer. Yo, your book should not be looking like
I don't know,
fresh. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, look, there's only one I've kept it like that. Street Fighter, but that's because it's one of a kind. Like, and I accidentally found.
So what if your whole collection now becomes one of a kind? What if everyone else's house that they got stuff in burns down, and your book from Shazam, how many years? 75 years of Shazam. You're the only person, yet you've tied it up.
What do you mean? What do you mean, like?
Everyone has bought a Shazam 75-year book, yeah? Everyone bought it. Somehow they threw it away. Someone's house burned down. Like this is, say that happens or whatever.
Disclaimer.
Thank you.
Can I get the disclaimer out before you continue? The Southerners do not promote arson, burning people's houses down, burning your own houses down, whether it's on purpose or accidentally.
So basically, books just get lost in the way, wouldn't it? Like, they just disappear. Yeah. You're the only person left with that Shazam book, and it's not in pristine condition.
Okay. First of all, I'm not selling the book. Second of all, it's as long as it's readable, it's not tarnished or anything like. It doesn't matter if it's crisp or not, fam. Tell me what difference that's gonna make for me or you? That's gonna value, but but you're thinking of value of selling the book. I'm never gonna sell my books, bro.
So to you, it's really like, what's it called?
The Book of Eli, isn't it?
Like, bro, man, I'm not the type. Listen, I'm not the type of person. I'm not selling my stuff. Like, certain things in life is not about the ones in it. Like, and that's just
not everyday ones, yeah.
Not when it comes to books. I'm buying a book today to sell in 50 years time. To me, that's dead, isn't it? Like, I'm getting a book today because I'm in love with it and I want to read it and I'm interested in the story. That's what the book is for me.
Mad.
I forgot what it's called. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I just want to point out there, I do hate digital stuff. But with comics, like you're saying, there's so much of it, it's kind of impossible to buy everything you want to read. At the same time, like you're saying, like storage-wise, like even having them, like after you've read them, sometimes you don't want to go back to a certain comic book anyway.
Yeah, and one thing I want to add to that is that getting the digital, I feel that when I get the hard copy or the physical copy, I'm helping the industry a little bit more because obviously, man, pay for the digital and then go and pay for the thing because obviously I just feel that these artists, these sick, amazing people, like you guys are just amazing. The stuff I see, like I just lose my mind in it. So just getting that extra buy, I just feel that it's helping you, man.
Now I'm backing you, because I used to be a firm believer in like support your local comic book shop and it. Like I used to be, as I say, and now the issue I've got is look, guys. Support your local comic book shop if you can in it. But my issue is like, fam, I go to my local comic book shop now and there's volume 5 of Batman, whatever. This thing is like £4 more expensive than on Amazon, fam. Like, I want to support you, but this is mad. Do you know what I'm saying? But with that £4, I can buy 2 books on Amazon.
That's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And pick up a lot more digital copies.
Exactly. So I like.
Yeah, but how? But obviously, the price goes up. There must be a reason for it. Obviously,
there's a store and then there's online.
There's a storefront.
Yeah, but the store. A lot of these stores are also selling online because majority. Like I've been to a couple of where we're literally seeing them packing stuff to send it.
Yeah, but not all of them do. And I think my local comic book shop don't.
That's their
right.
This is 2018.
So.
Like, God, and I know they've got a website.
They do have. Let's not talk about it. I don't want to give them no free promo on that.
No, it's not a free promo. I mean, it's not like I'm name dropping or anything like that. But I just want to understand why. Okay, there's a price here and a price here. What is because I mean I do understand that not every other kid now is going to the comic book stores I know our comic books today is movies, isn't it? That's why I feel where we're at. But maybe we're not getting enough kids or just general people in the comic book shop, so they have to put the prices up.
Why?
Martin. All right, moving on. We're done. We're good.
Guys, how do you read comic books? Let us know in the comment section below. Digital, hard, whatever.
Martin. Alright, cool. And another question from Patreons. Shout out to our patrons. You guys have been doing the most. And shout out to the new patron who just jumped in after this weekend. This weekend was a madness.
Oh, what happened this weekend?
Comic Con happened.
Skin.
Bunch of trailers dropped. Couple of people lost their minds. Couple of people were slightly sad. Shazam.
Yeah, did you ever read the comic books?
Yeah, apparently I don't read the comic. You know, it's magic.
When it showed it.
You might. Yeah,
The reason why, do you know what? There's no point in showing them. Fam,
actually, we've shown it already on the website.
He showed
it
them
like last week or something on the show.
He showed them anyway. But it don't matter. It's time, man. Shout out you, man. Love you, comments.
But yeah, man. Look, if you're not sure what we do, just take an hour or two and go through our videos and digest. You know, if you want to get to know us, you know, Sam's intros, Joe's madness, you know, throwing arms and doing all sort of craziness, and me just sitting here being the nice guy that I am, taking abuse from these two. Yeah, you know, we've got playlists. We've got, how many videos have we got on the channel?
About 600.
Yeah.
Sick. Why am I still talking, man? Anyway, look. Another question from our patrons. So this one is M. Night is always a good. You want me to get his last name?
I just don't know who. Like, so who is you talking about?
M. Night Shyamalan. There you go. I knew it. I didn't even know what I felt for it. Usually it's certain force for it. But anyway, I had to say it just in case, you know, you didn't know what I was talking about. So M. Night is always a good bet if you're looking for a major twist, but kind of up in the air when it comes to a hit. The movie Split was a total sleeper box office wonder, while Unbreakable was a major flop. And the question is, maybe it was years before its time. What do you guys think?
Wait a second.
So, man knew the question like 2 hours ago. Man's only going to go look up the numbers now.
No, it's not the numbers.
What? Sam's madness.
This is stuff. Anyway, yeah, I definitely think that Unbreakable was way before its time. Unbreakable is in my top 3 comic book movies of all time, and I think like it's just like it's mad that like M. Night was where he was at in his mind, and the industry. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I think there's other movies like this, like Dread. You know, the cult Urban Dread. Yeah, in like 10 years from now, man, are gonna look back and be like, this was one of the best comic book movies ever, fam. Like, Dread is a madness, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's these certain movies that hit, and people just aren't like, not even people, the general movie-going audience aren't ready for until it's like mainstream popular. Do you know what I'm saying?
But, you know, I find it really, really hard how the box office was a flop, because I remember clearly when this movie came out. I remember going to school. My English teacher actually bought this movie for man to watch, and I don't remember anyone be like, "Yo, this movie's dead."
Because you're thinking about your bubble, fam. Like, think about you.
But I was in school.
Yeah,
secondary school.
That's that's my point. You in school and secondary school.
But we're kids.
We love that stuff.
Bruv, I'm pretty sure not everyone in the classroom was like a movie buff, a comic.
You're thinking about us. We never, bruv. It wasn't our money going to pay for those tickets them times. Think about us kids. Yeah, we might have liked the movie, but think about everyone else. 25 at that age and upwards, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds who have grown up on westerns and all this other stuff, bro. They're like, what's this comic book nonsense? Do you know what I'm saying, fam? Like, but now us comic book nerds are running the world, fam. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? That's the transition.
Here's another thing about it as well. At the time, it wasn't until years later that I found out it was a comic book based on a comic book. At the time, as a kid, I didn't know that. To me, it was just this guy with, you know, going on a bike and he just had strength, and he survived all these events, and we were just like sick. And then you had a Glass, who was just this kid who then turned to a man, and then he was like brittle. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole concept to us was like raw. Like is extremes. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even thinking about comic because I didn't even know the movie was based on a comic. To me, it was just a very good movie. And then obviously, as you grow up, the more you watch, the more you understand things, the more you take. You're like, yo, this is actually a masterpiece.
Wow, it's mad. So me too.
Yeah, I can tell that movie did alright, kind of thing. Because I was kind of wondering where it came in, the whole M. Night Shyamalan movie structure thing. And obviously, he did Signs before. No, then after, and this came afterwards. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, how can this flop after you did Signs kind of thing? So obviously, everyone heard about Signs. Bruce Willis, a young kid. This, that, and the other, the whole story. Oh my god, like, how did he come up with this acting? How did he come up with this? And I was like,
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. Sorry, Signs came after Unbreakable, which again was alright. So I was looking it up, and then it came out on Thanksgiving 2002. Like, it did the numbers. I think the budget was under 100 million. First weekend did about 30 million. And then internationally it did about at least 100, and then domestically did almost 100 million.
So I made that back right away.
Yeah, and then internationally it did almost the same. So it did do alright, but I'm guessing it wasn't like a massive hit.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
even critically was received well.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't remember this movie having that much noise. I just remember being in class and watching this movie, and then throughout the years, the more I watched it, the more I understood, like, yo, there's levels to this, innit? So, I guess, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Ahead of his time, fam.
Oh, absolutely, right?
Ahead of his time. Wait.
Anything you guys want to add to that?
No. Split. Why do you think Split done so
well? Again, like M. Shyamalan was doing, like his movies are coming back up. So I think he did the Visit.
The Visit, yeah.
And he did another almost
The Village.
The Village as well.
The Village was before The Visit.
Okay, so The Village, then The Visit, and then he's going to do this. And then obviously the trailers and stuff just looked already interesting. You had McAvoy portrayed all these characters. It's M. Night Shyamalan. You know there's going to be some weird reason behind it. You're hearing this, that, and the other. He's capturing girls. Yet he's portraying a woman, some fashion dude, and some little boy kind of thing, like a big man's body. And again, like the trailers were just super interesting. So I think for the general public, they already knew what they were kind of getting into. And when they went to watch it, it was like, oh, it's a good performance. Like, and even again, like it made noise at this point. People were talking about it. People say M. Night Shyamalan is back, and they're kind of right.
Yeah, I think you've said it all. The trailers did the talking for this movie and got people curious, and off we go to cinemas. And obviously, we don't know the twist at this point. I'm pretty sure no one's thinking of any twist or anything like that. You're just thinking, right, it's just one of his crazy movies again. You know, with this guy with multiple personalities. I want to see where this is going. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the 4 girls, you know what I'm saying, that have been abducted. And then, what do you know? Like, obviously, the performance is amazing. You know, first people to go watch this movie, yo, this movie is amazing. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did not get the twist at the end. Because I remember sitting down and losing my effing mind. And my girl next to me, she's like, what's all this commotion about? And I'm like, you know what I mean? And some people even behind me was like, yo, shut the heck up, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But people still enjoy the movie.
That's it. A lot. Word of mouth came out, everything, go watch it.
Obviously, that's the world we're living in.
And I'm just going to put, I don't think there was a twist and split in it, so there's that.
Joe doesn't believe in
No, I believe in twists, but I think Bruce Willis being there was not a plot twist. It actually
it's a surprise. Like
it had nothing to do with
the
plot at all.
No, yeah. You're
random dude sitting in dialogue.
Correct. You are.
We just know who this random dude
is. Yeah, it's a surprise. Let's just say it's a surprise. All right, cool. And another question relating to this topic is: do y'all think that the Shrink is going to end up being the villain or the superhero as well? So for those of you who haven't watched the trailer, the main 3 characters are being interviewed, and this person that's interviewing is the shrink that we have mentioned in this question. So
I'm just going to say therapist as opposed to shrink.
I'm just reading the questions.
That's fine.
I'm not trying to get a disclaimer.
That's fine.
For you.
That's why I didn't give you a disclaimer because you was just reading the question.
Okay.
But the preferred term is therapist.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, do you think the therapist is going to have superpowers? Sam, what do you think?
I'm going to go with no, because the main focus is going to be on those three guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be hard for them, or even for to put anything past glass, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You just made my decision for me. Keep going.
So, yeah. So I don't think I think she wants to be in control of them, if anything, because she's the head of what's happening in the whole facility.
Right.
But to put something past glass for me is kind of inconceivable. And I think he knows what's going on. He's going to be the mastermind, if anything. So.
Yeah, but what if she's just playing this character, studying to get hold of control of, maybe she has powers. What if she's just, just playing this character and she actually does, like, sort of trying to recruit man or pulling the strings.
Joe's theory is that, I just came up with this while you was talking, so I appreciate you for the inspiration, that Professor Xavier, let's take this to the X-Men. Omega level mutant, Professor, studies mutation.
Right.
If you're a real smart young lady and you're like, whoa, these weird things are happening to me, you'd study it.
Right.
She is the woman who studies the new phenomenon of people being superpowers. Like, so she must be studying this for like 10 years. What inspired that? Either someone she knows has superpowers, or I'm going to take the route of she has powers, and then she has powers, she wants to study it, she wants to find out about these man so she can understand herself and really know what's going on, and that's going to be the big plot twist at the end of the movie.
Might even, because we've seen some of the kids on the trailer, maybe exactly like
she might be Professor X, fam.
Taking from here and master puppeteering here with the kids.
Hugh Jackman might show up, fam. Wolverine team, fam. We've already got Beast, fam.
It's a badness. Yeesh. Let's not. It'll be too much. It'll be too much. All right, cool. And end up being villain or superhero. It's kind of been answered.
She would be a superhero. If she was going to have powers, she'd have to be a good guy.
I'm gonna go hero as well because we've already got two bad guys.
That's it, yeah. He's already plotted to use the beast.
It even it up. Sounds like a superhero team, a supervillain team up. So you need to have the, get me.
Sure. I like my villains, so I'm gonna stick with the villain side. Alright, cool. And now on to question of the week. And this is a hot topic. Alright, and the question is, how do you feel about James Gunn being fired from Guardians 3? And the second question is, who do you think should take over directing duties? So let's go with first, how do you guys feel about James Gunn being fired? Now, Sam, could you let us know what happened to James Gunn for him to get fired?
Oh wait, before Sam explains that, can I say what I think? Like, can I answer the question first?
Okay, why?
Because when I first heard the news, I had an opinion on it before I found out what had actually happened.
Okay, cool, okay.
So, like, obviously, like, I'm just scrolling through Twitter as you do, and I'm like, James Gunn has got fired from Disney. Yes! I was happy in it. No, like, because, like, before someone, like, flips out, because I don't love the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the movies, or the tones of them. Like, in fact, I'm cool with the tone of it, like the funny, goofy space opera stuff. I'm cool with that. But I just didn't like it, and I would have liked to see someone take a different direction, especially coming off of Infinity War, where they've just gone through something tragic, like losing Groot, losing Star-Lord. Do you know what I'm saying? And all that kind of stuff, losing Gamora. So I felt like, you give a new director it for the third one, and you kind of, not change the tone, but you just go a different direction in it. So I was really happy. But then later, I found out, Sam, what?
So back in the heyday, I think it's from 2009
10 years ago.
2008.
He was saying some pedophilia, racist, rapist tweets, like willy-nilly, out of the blue. He was saying about doing. I wouldn't say what he was saying. He was saying stuff about doing stuff to certain people, what should happen to certain people, and whatnot. And I think it's because he was going at Trump that this all came up, because he was saying, "Oh, why is Trump saying all this kind of stuff?" So his camp came back at him, resurfaced all these tweets, and everyone was like, "How did this bypass everybody?" And he was like, "Oh, like I don't know what Twitter was meant for. Don't at me, bro. It don't matter what. Like everyone's saying, oh, he said it back in the heyday. Like, does someone commit like a murderer? Once he's committed a murder, does that obviously man can change, but he'll always be a murderer, right?"
I think that's kind of like too extreme, taken to the moon.
It's the same thing. Like, if man talks about that kind of stuff, like as if it was nothing. Like man was talking about it as if it's everyday kind of stuff. Like me, that's
I think that's too extreme, because there's one thing of speaking your mind, and obviously he did it in a manner of his sense of humor. You know, as what I've read is that a lot of people know of his sense of humor, that sort of thing. But that's something that he hasn't done in a while. But people that know him know, like, you know, I guess in the past, you know, he said stuff so people are used to. But murder is you physically doing something instead of just speaking it. So I feel that's...
So me being a racist, speaking that kind of stuff is alright.
That's extreme. We're talking about taking lives.
No, that's what I mean. Like, wait, one second. So if obviously just if we was talking, we're talking here, and it's on video, and I say the kind of stuff he tweeted, and then later on it comes out. Sam said this, Sam said that. I'm like, yeah, that was 10 years ago. Like, it doesn't matter.
This is my question. I wanted to say, like, fam. So you know when you see comedians, and they make mad racist jokes,
right?
Do you then say that comedian's racist? Me, no, because they're a comedian and they're making light of a scenario that they know is, you know what I'm saying, emotionally.
But isn't context part of?
Yeah, context is. Context is.
And you making that decision whether it's racist or not?
Yeah.
Because if I say something within our community, I have that direct relationship and I'm part of it. While if someone who has nothing and is just saying stuff, then that's coming across completely different from the way I'm saying
it. It is, but I think what we're talking about here is like the forum of speech, innit? Like if you are a stand-up comedian, white, black, yellow, whatever, green, do you know what I'm saying? And you've got racist and you're making racist jokes, I would not necessarily say that person is a racist. Do you know what I'm saying? But and then they've been proclaimed to be jokes, innit? So I'm taking them in that like that. He was on Twitter making edgy, funny jokes, you know what I'm saying, of extreme situations, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's an issue because he needs to be employed by someone.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is where my big issue with the thing is. I don't think anyone could be mad for Disney firing him. Yeah, it was 10 years ago, but fam, you're still responsible for the things you did. And he came out and said, yeah, I am still responsible for these things. So I feel like that aspect is fine. My issue with is Disney waiting for this to happen, like for it to come up again when it's actually been addressed, when it was addressed like 6 years ago, and now I'm firing him now, and then acting like they didn't have knowledge of these things. Because in the statement they said, this has been discovered, but this was actually public knowledge. Do you know what I'm saying? It's on a public Twitter account. It's been on a public Twitter account for 10 years. How are you only finding out about it now? That's my issue. Like, you've been working with man for like 6-7 years. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that part of it is messed up.
This is a very tough subject, especially the time and age that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so obviously anyone can go back and get something from that you tweeted, you know, ages ago. Not too long ago, someone found someone's tweet, and then there's a grime artist who, I guess his camp told him, yo, put our statement right away before someone finds it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, yeah, there's certain things that you shouldn't say, but then like it's tough because now it depends like where you are at that specific time. You know what I'm saying? How mature are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I think bruv, I just think people got to be more self-aware in it. Like, if you're someone who if James Gunn ran Disney,
right,
bruv,
but
tweet whatever you want. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to be held to, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to be held accountable for anything. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're going to work for someone, you have to, you're dictated by the way you act, all of this other stuff. So they're at liberty to fire you for anything. James Gunn, I don't like the colour of your shoes, you're fired, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? That's up to them. That's what I'm saying, like, man needs to be self-aware, fam.
My whole thing with this whole, what I said, yesterday, 20 years ago, is that, and this is new. This is new for us, in the social media world. This is actually new, right? So we're going through the first stages of that transition of what you said 10 years ago. Because before that, no one really would go back and check what you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's loads of videos, interviews of what people said time ago, but 10 years ago, no one would have thought, let me go back and see what my guy said. You know what I'm saying? But now, we're living in that moment of, this is a breakout, basically. This is a breakout of what you said 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And now it's coming back. And we've seen all these, and not just this, lots and lots of issues. We're talking about like serious issues coming back to haunt people down, innit? Wow. Back in the day, which is not too long ago as well, companies were okay with it. But now there's a backlash. There's people, kind of like coming to get this source. And obviously because of social media is so big, they're kind of pointing up and saying, yo, okay, I gotta fire you. Or I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But if that's the case, if we really want to take that, then you need to go and get a lot of political leaders and put them in jail too, which is not happening. So it's one of those issues. I'm like, it's not fair for everyone, innit? It's not fair, and I think this is a bit too harsh, especially if in this environment of workforce, if everyone is saying you're like the way you carry yourself, you're okay, then why are you letting that?
I'm disagreeing. I'm disagreeing with you there, fam. I'm disagreeing with you there, fam.
I'm not saying what he tweeted was okay. I'm just saying that you should also take that in consideration. The way he's been carrying himself for the.
Yeah.
You might have been immature.
No, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You was immature at some point. You was so.
Yeah, but then,
are we gonna let that carry the weight? I'm a grown on person.
The whole community, but like he was a grown man 10 years ago. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so, like, even with comedians, like, they didn't make racist, like, jokes, tweets, or whatever, even they know a fine line. Like, even I've seen comedians.
Not 10 years ago, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Not 10 years ago. Listen,
20,
there was no pressure. There was no pressure. There was no one to tell you. No one in your camp would tell you, yo, you gotta watch out what you're saying.
Of course there was.
You would, like, you know what? Let me give you this. Who was it? Eddie Murphy. Right? Eddie Murphy went out.
Wait, he didn't stand up.
Wait. It was like, yo, you went out on stage and you was cursing and you were saying this and that. I think it was Bill Cosby or something that called him up. And his man was like, yo, is he paying your side? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Is he putting, you know what I'm saying? Is he helping you out? I was like, no, so tell him to F up then. Shut up, like, you're not part, you know what I'm saying? That's how the world took things back in the day. Now, if someone say, yo, you're saying this and that, yo, your camp will be the first, yo, you need to go pull out a statement and do this and that, or you're fired. There's no balance.
Listen,
there's a fine line.
I definitely think, like, we live, like, right now we're living in a world of, like, mad extremes. Like, there are certain people who are super oversensitive and certain people who are like, because everyone's so oversensitive, I've got to go the complete opposite and I've got to be 100%, I'm going 1,000% into this, fam. And it's like, lots of people get caught in the middle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like Disney are justified in firing them.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying Disney is wrong. I'm just saying this is a new thing and people are getting caught out.
So but now you think, answer the question. You ain't answered the question.
What's that?
Like, do you think they should have fired him?
I don't know. I don't know the person.
Oh my! Doesn't matter. That's what I mean. Though, if I was to talk about the certain things he was saying,
right,
knowing that you know who I am, is that okay?
But it's not.
Exactly.
I'm not saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying. Obviously, the content is the content. Isn't it? Like
Director,
you said, when you
political,
said,
whoever you are, there's always a fine line. Man steps in. Simple.
And I'm pretty sure Disney also has, in their contract agreement, obviously you're representing us as well.
That's it.
So obviously, whoever comes out
No, but see,
from your thing,
that's my issue. Because whenever we signed that contract, these things had already been out. So they should have already done the vetting.
right?
Like, they hired him to do Guardians of the Galaxy 6 years ago. So that means them tweets were only 4 years old then. Like,
But
why
then did they work?
But bro, it's Disney.
Right.
If they didn't find it then and be like, oh, we're not hiring him because of this, they shouldn't be firing him
now
6 years later. That's what I think. Do you know what I'm saying? But I do think it's still in their power to do it. I don't think it's right.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Obviously, there's a power. I mean, they've got image to look after. So
Get me?
it's a.
Right, let's get back to just a little bit happier. Just a little bit happier. So, now man's gone, man. Now man's gone.
Who would you choose for Guardians?
Have you got one?
I thought of this one, and I was looking at. Okay, so I was looking at the way Guardians is, and obviously the majority of the time they're in space. The characters that makes part of the team. Who would be able to kind of like take that and not make, being able to still portray those things? And one of the guy I thought was Ryan Coogler, because in the Black Panther. No, the reason why this is because no. The only reason why, obviously, there's more over there.
Ryan Coogler.
The only reason why it's like I thought of the colors they already have on Guardians, and the sort of like comedy as well that they portrayed as well. Because obviously Guardians is quite funny as well, isn't it? So I thought, and this is why I was thinking, okay, how do I put these two things? Because obviously, me personally, I'm not really Guardians fan, innit? So that's why I put 2 and 2 together.
Ryan Coogler, I know you're watching this year. Please don't do it. That would be terrible.
Why?
Because Ryan Coogler is so much better than Guardians of the Galaxy, fam.
So what?
I just don't like.
Oh, you're talking about as in like, we should be able to, like, you'd want him to do a better project than Guardians.
Yeah, fam. Like, bro, Guardians is green. Like, to me, it's green, fam. Like, and even like the sensibilities of someone like Ryan Coogler, fam. He needs to be on stuff like deeper, like stuff that has deeper meanings. Like Black Panther is legit, is a good movie, yeah. And I thought like it could have been directed by anyone, but he himself like gets deep into cultural things and stuff like that. Like Guardians is like base level jokes and fart jokes and stuff like. Bruv, I'm icy for that anyway. But I'm not saying Ryan Coogler's a legit director. I just feel like, bro, go do Black Panther 5, 6, 7, and 8, and don't worry about Guardians of whatever, Guardians of the Nowhere, fam. Have you got one? Do you want me to go? Alright, so the first director that popped into my head here is to a director I don't really like, and the reason I don't like, I don't like this guy's movies, innit? And I was like, what?
Michael Bay?
No, not Michael Bay. I ain't got an issue with Michael Bay, fam. But I picked him because I don't like James Gunn's movies, so I was like, let me get another director I don't like, because I don't like them both for the same reason. And this director is the director of Baby Driver, Edgar Wright. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
like he's done the same team thing in Baby Driver, Scott Pilgrim. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that team, comic book, weird world, exactly. Like he's on that teams of comedy stuff, and I was just like, yeah, you could just take him, throw him in there, and it'd be like James Gunn never got fired.
But help me out here, right? So if you have an option to pick a Guardians of the Galaxy that you don't care about, to go watch, or Guardians
with Ryan Coogler,
it doesn't have to be Ryan Coogler, just a really, really good movie that bangs.
Yeah.
Which one would you pick?
I'd want to go with the one that bangs, but
that's why
I get
what you're saying doesn't make sense to me. I want to see something that
you're trying to.
At the end of the day, you're gonna go and watch the movie.
You're trying to like move and tailor Guardians to you. I don't want to go on. My decisions on Guardians
it's not because I personally Guardians itself. I don't read the comics or anything, so I'm not interested. But the fact that we have to go and watch the movies I want to, regardless of if I'm into it or not, I want a movie that bangs. I never want to watch a movie that's mediocre or is like, okay, I'm just, because I'm going to sit there and be like, yeah, okay, I'll laugh here and there, and then I don't want that. I always want what's best, what's going to make me happy.
Guardians 1 made lots of money. Guardians 1 made lots of money, and I don't hate the movies. They're okay. Like, I watched them once and I forget about them. Yeah. And that's fine. And I was like, but there are millions and billions or whatever people that love this stuff, innit? So if you wanted a director that would make you not even think about James Gunn getting fired, you go with someone like Edgar Wright, fam. But obviously, I doubt Edgar Wright would do it because of his whole Ant-Man conflict with Marvel. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was on Ant-Man for 9 years, then it didn't fit into the MCU, they snipped him, so he's probably not going to work with Marvel, innit? But I felt like that was also a good one. Now, are you going to say director? I think you should say. Who's your director, Sam? For Guardians? No, you're not going to say it. I'll say it after. Who's your director? For Guardians? Are you going to answer the question? What's going on?
I'm not involved.
What's wrong with him?
I'm just okay.
You're looking a little bit.
Sam, this is mailbag. What answer the question?
You guys did it, alright. So if I was to choose a director, I was going through a few, and it would have to be someone that knows the weird and wonderful in it. When it's like you said, like you want someone to replace James Gunn who kind of knows comedy and stuff, but knows who they also know what they're talking about. And I would say Del Toro.
Woo! Go on then.
I would say Del Toro because like he does know the weird and wonderful.
Woo!
He does know the nail on the head with that kind of comedy. He knows
fire bars.
This and the other. So Del Toro.
I've got to give you a round of applause for that. Well, because it's been 3 years since you said something like good. That was it. Someone down there flag this video. Wow. Del Toro out of Sam. That's mad. You know, I thought he was gonna say something mad like.
What was you gonna say?
Bro, I thought he was gonna say he was the guy from Django, fam.
I
thought he was gonna say someone crazy like that, fam.
Django wasn't.
What's his name? Who's the director? Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, I thought he would have said some nonsense like that, fam, or something mad, bro. Yeah, man, good job, man. Yeah, that's good. I feel like he could do a mad job. But the issue is he's gonna ask for like £300 million, and he stays doing that, fam. But and the other director that they say is swirling around it is Taika Waititi, the director of Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. And I was like, that would make a lot of sense.
Perfect sense.
He's already been in the universe. He's worked with him, and apparently him and James Gunn are sort of like have a good relationship. So that would be a good handover if you wanted to get him to do it. But
yeah, Thor Ragnarok was a good movie. Like
it's exactly the same. It's like Guardians of Thor.
That's it.
Yeah, way better. Yeah. So yeah, and they might get good Drax to actually do something if someone else directs it. Nah, bro, man didn't throw a punch in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
He was trying to stop the thing.
That's called Drax to destroy them. Yeah,
man didn't destroy anything.
Shout out to Batista.
Alright, cool. So, you guys done with your selections? And
man said Ryan Cooley.
Bro.
That's respect for you.
This has been your mailbag for the week. Guys, let us know what you think about answers this week. And if you have questions for mailbag, make sure to shoot us a question, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, on YouTube as well, because I see a lot of you guys love to stay in the comment sections. And yeah, guys, if you feel like you can help us out and make us better every single day, bring you shows, content, you know, Joe doing his madness, Sam, I don't know, spaced out elsewhere with Baby Driver, head over to patreon.com/the Cybernerds and help out the fam, man. Shoot, we out here working. Look, it's hot, man. Man's sweating. Man is hot. You know what I'm saying? So we do appreciate the help. Other than that, I am Raven the GS.
I'm Mr. Blitzfair.
I'm Joe, one further than that.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.